Be happy. Be you. Be straight. Be gay. Be bi. Be whatever. Love you all the most.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel.
Or welcome back.
Anyway, today we're doing a video where we're telling our coming out stories and how we met. Mine's long and a little bit sad. Katie's is short and sweet to the point. So let's get started. Okay, you go first.
So,
Tell us how you came out to your mom.
well, how I actually came out in general was I kind of was like curious of the whole fact of women and girls, and I was 17 when I came. Yes. Yeah.
17.
I was 17 turning 18. It was a summer, and I went to a party and I met this girl who was gay, and I found out she was gay, and I was like super intrigued about it like the whole time. And so we kept talking back and forth throughout the party, got drunker and drunker, and then we ended up playing beer pong together. And by the end of the night we kissed, and I was like really, really confused, and I was like, I'm not gay, I don't understand why, like, I kissed this girl. And then I went to the party, another party the same, like at second night, and she was there again, and we ended up kissing again and exchanged numbers and blah blah.
Ooh.
It's heating up.
She's heating up.
And so after we kissed again, all my friends were kind of just like, are you into her? And I was like, I don't know. Sorry, I was rudely interrupted by my dog. But then basically me and the girl got like a little bit serious, and so after like the third night of us hanging out and we kissed again, I went home to my mom, and we're super close, super like tell each other everything. So I went home and I was like, Mom, I gotta tell you something. And she was like, what? I was like, I keep kissing this girl and I don't know if I like her or if I like girls or boys. And she was like, okay. And I was like, okay. And I was like, Mom, like, I think I'm gay. And she was like, okay. Like, she literally was so unbothered, like didn't skip a beat. And she literally was just like, okay, that's cool. Like, I don't care. And I was like, oh, okay. So then that same night, I went downstairs to my brother, who's my older brother. And I was like, hey, I gotta tell you something. Like, I met this girl at a party, and I keep, like, kissing her, and I think, like, I'm gay. And he was like, yeah, I know. And I was like, what do you mean you know? And he's like, I've known you were gay since you were literally, like, 14. And I was like, okay, anticlimactic. This was my coming out to you guys, and you literally did not give a shit about anything.
They cared. They just
were supportive.
They just handled it better than other people.
Than most parents. So
Right.
I literally, my coming out was, and that was actually my coming out, and then I have dated girls ever since. Your turn.
So me telling my
Where
parents.
do we start, you know?
Yeah, so I came out about 10th grade. I saw lesbian couples, you know, at my school, and, you know, I was like, like, interesting. Like, I was really intrigued by it. So, me, my parents, and my really good friend Allie, we had went to an Orioles game, and they did like the kiss cam type of thing or whatever. And my dad got a little tipsy at the game, and he was like, what if they had two girls kissing on there? Like, ha ha ha, like being an asshole about it. And my friend had already knew that I was gay. So she, you know, had looked at me. She was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, like, I'm fine, whatever. So ever since, like, that whole comment, I was really weird towards my parents. So my mom had went out of town to Ocean City. for work, and my dad just stayed home, and he had texted me while I was at work that day, and he said, I think we need to talk when you get home. And I was like, okay. So I got home, and then he was like, so is there anything you want to tell me? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, is it about your sexuality? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, are you gay? And I said, yeah. Like, I couldn't fully say it. Like, it's just really hard to say it. But side note, I knew my dad would take it well, but my mom is also really, really religious. So I didn't know how that was going to go. I mean, I knew how it was going to go. I knew it was going to be terrible. So, my dad was like, I figured that's why you've been acting weird ever since I said that, comment at the Orioles game, blah, blah, blah. So, I told him I was gay, and, he was like, I don't really care as long as, you're happy. I don't care if they're black, white, whatever. So, I had went out that night, and I wasn't going to tell my mom. My dad told my mom, and apparently she cried hysterically, blah, blah, blah. So, she got home, and she, cracked open the Bible, and were throwing Bible verses at me, and, saying how wrong it was, and, I just didn't really care. I mean, it was really hard for me to have my own mom, throw the Bible at me pretty much and try to force it down my throat and try to make me ungay. But, I just really just told her, I said, this is how I feel, like I can't help it. So, I don't know what you want me to do about it. So, I never really talked to girls, when I came out. So, when I came out to my parents and stuff like that, my best friend Jasmine hooked me up with my first girlfriend. And so, once I was in that relationship for a couple months, like, I realized that I did like girls, like, just like girls. So I've been dating girls ever since I was in 10th grade. But, here and there, I, would try to talk to a guy to see if there was any changing me, because, my mom didn't accept it till this year, like in January. So, I tried to talk to a guy here and there to see if there was any possible anything, and there was just absolutely nothing, like zero, no feelings whatsoever. But I did date guys before I came out, and so did she. And, there was just nothing there, just nothing for me. It was just more of I saw them as a friend type of thing. But, I could never really do anything with guys sexually either. But with girls, it just came so natural, and it just felt right. But with guys, no. Keep the peen away. So, yeah.
Very different coming out stories. Like,
Yeah, my
very
mom, she finally accepted the fact of, I was going to be gay forever this year. I had pretty much gave her an ultimatum. I gave my mom an ultimatum, and I told her, you can either be okay with it.
Be with the shits or get out.
Right. So I sent her a really long email. We email at work, whatever. Anyway, so I sent her an email, and I told her, how I felt, and that she needed to get with the shits or not get with the shits. So, she was like, I really can't believe you would say those kind of things to your mother, blah, blah, blah. So, we had went back and forth a little bit, and then that was really it. And so we didn't talk for a couple days, and then she had emailed me, asked me how I was doing, and then she asked how Kitty was doing. And I was like, what? Like, I was really taken back and shocked by the fact that she even said her name, because she would never even say her name. So, after that, we went over to my parents' house and had breakfast, and they met, and now we all hang out, like, all the time. Like, once.
Nothing ever even happened.
So, but I'm really glad that she came around, because her and I were just going back and forth about it for years. Like, I had moved in with an ex-girlfriend for a couple weeks just because I couldn't handle it, and then I had, stayed with a friend for like a week or so because of how my mom was acting towards the whole situation, because I wasn't obviously allowed to have a girl over the house. So any girl I talked to or dated, I would have to go see them somewhere, like at their house, or we would have to go on a date and stuff like that. So, I wasn't really home that much. So, they were like, you treat this place like it's a hotel, blah, blah, blah. But I couldn't have girls over, so I didn't know what they wanted me to do. But yeah, so everybody knows, everybody's cool with it for the most part. So yeah.
So mine was very accepting and anti-climactic. Everyone has a crazy coming out story. Mine, I just got an okay from everyone. Like, everyone kind of already knew, considering I didn't have many boyfriends, and I always talked about how cute girls were. So everyone's kind of just like, okay, we already knew, but do you? So there she is.
How I came out to my friends was great. Everybody was obviously very, very accepting. It's really weird because in 6th grade, my really good friend Allie, we've been best friends since 1st grade. So
Shout out to Allie.
love you, girl. But we were, I'll just remember this for the rest of my life. I don't know if she remembers it, but I'm gonna ask her after I post this video. But
Get her consent.
but she was over my house when we were downstairs in my parents' old house in the basement watching TV, and I like wrote her a little note because I just couldn't tell her like face to face. So I like wrote her a little note, and I was like, I think I have a little crush on one of our friends, and I like threw it over to her on the other couch, and she wrote back to me, and she was like, as long as it's not me. And I was like, it's not. So like I had a crush on like one of my friends in 6th grade, and then I was like, no, I don't. Like, what am I even saying? Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Like, that's not a thing at all. So I ignored that whole thing until I got into high school, and then I actually saw lesbian couples in high school, and I was like, I said, maybe I do like girls. So she was kind of the first person I told, but I told my best friend Jasmine. I was, I think, taking her home from school one day, and I was like, I have something to tell you, and I was like, I've been like kind of texting with this girl, like, she's gay, and I think like I'm gay. And she was like almost in tears. She was like, oh my God, like that's so great. Like, just so very accepting.
Get down.
So that went really, really well. My dog has only interrupted this video like 20 times.
Take 3.
Okay, so I told Jasmine that went great, went fantastic. And then I really didn't tell like my other friends right away until me and my first girlfriend started dating. And then like they kind of saw us like tweeting on Twitter and stuff like that. So like I think my friend Hope, we were at basketball practice, she was like, what's going on with you and so-and-so? And I told her, I was like, we date. And she was like, well, like, why didn't you tell me? And I was just like really nervous to tell her. So I told Allie. Then I just ended up telling all my other friends, and they, they didn't think of me any less. They, supported me, still do support me. So pretty much all of my friends have met Katie, love Katie. They think she's great. So, her and Jasmine get along really well, which is like the best, because Jasmine's never liked a single person I've ever dated. So that's lit. Yeah. So that went pretty well. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
And for me, I don't have as many friends as Rachel. So I don't have as many friends as she has. So at the time when I first came out, I had a friend, and I first told her, who we're not really friends anymore, so we're not friends anymore, but when I told her that I was gay, she was just like, I don't care, you know, I love you regardless, blah, 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 all that, like, nice stuff. So that was really nice to come out to my best friend at the time, and the friend who I was at the party with at the time when I was kissing that girl, she was just like, oh my god, please be gay, like, I don't care, like, if you're gay, I love you, like, it's, like, that's geeked, I don't, that you, like, came out at a party and I was with you. She's like, I'm so excited for you. And so, like, my friends were super supportive, and the girl you saw in the last video, Alexis, who's my second girlfriend, I love her so much. She literally did not care at all. We recently, like, have became, like, really close friends again, and when we first hung out, I told her, like, obviously she already kind of knew, but I was like, yeah, I'm gay, like, I date this girl, Rachel, that you've probably seen on social media, and she's like, I really don't care, like, she's like, I didn't even think twice about it. She was like, at first when I saw it, I was like, oh, really? And then she was just like, yeah, I don't care. And so we all hang out probably literally, like, once a week, or
more than
way
that.
more than once a week,
Like
recently.
3 to 4 times a week.
And they get along. We all are, like, best friends, so her best friend Jasmine and Alexis get along, like, we all hang out. So my whole experience as a whole has been nothing but love and support, so super grateful for everyone that I know, and all of the people in my life have literally not cared, but I always had the mindset, like, if they did care, they weren't going to be in my life anyways. So that was kind of just, like, my thought, like, if you didn't like it, then you didn't need to be in my life. So that was just kind of how it was, but luckily everyone was super supportive, and I didn't have to go through any, like, negativity or anything. So here we are almost 2 years later.
Yeah, we started dating November 15th of 2016. So our 2 years is coming up. We met like pretty much most people do. We matched on Tinder. Yeah, I had just got back on Tinder. Like, I think I was talking to somebody maybe. I don't know what had happened, but I deleted my Tinder, and then I really debated it for a long time. Like, should I re-download it? Should I not? So I re-downloaded it, and I was like, I'm not going to keep it for long. And then I was just, you know, swiping left, right, whatever. And then Katie and I matched, and I messaged you, right? I messaged Katie. And then it just, oh God.
Oh, God.
And
Still gets worked up about it.
we just hit it off from there. So we were messaging on Tinder, and then obviously exchanged numbers, and then we were texting, and I was trying to FaceTime her for like a week straight, and this bitch never wanted to FaceTime. I was like convinced she was the catfish. I was like, but I told myself, I was like, there's no way I'm talking to a girl that's this pretty. I've never talked to somebody this pretty in my entire life. So she wasn't like FaceTiming me at all, and I like tried like 3 or 4 times, and she sent me a old video of her mom drunk, and she goes, sorry, I'm dealing with my drunk mom, and then sends me the video. And I was like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. I can't remember when she told me, like,
I think it was like months into us dating.
yeah, it was like a year. She was like, you know, that video was like old of my mom.
Okay, I just didn't do it because I'm literally the most awkward human being in the beginning. Like, so I was trying to avoid any awkward, like, scenarios. I hate FaceTiming for the first time, calling, texting, meeting for the first time. It, like, physically makes me sweat. Like, I just get so clammy and uncomfortable, but the first, she would not let it go. She's like, let's FaceTime. Next night, let's FaceTime.
I needed to know if she was real or not, if I was wasting my time.
So I was like, you know what, she's never going to let it go. So I was like, you know what, fine, we'll FaceTime. And the first night we FaceTimed, we were on FaceTime for 4 hours.
4 hours.
It wasn't awkward at all, so.
Like, not one awkward anything. Like, it was just, it just felt so right from the jump. So that was pretty cool. And I think we met shortly after.
Like 2 weeks.
Katie is from the Western Shore. I'm from the Eastern Shore.
I was from Pasadena, Maryland. She was from Easton, Maryland. So we were about an hour in Annapolis, and we went to the Annapolis Mall, and our first date was at Noodles and Company, and then we went to watch a movie, and we had our first kiss at the movie.
Took us forever to say bye to each other. Like, we just didn't want to leave. So obviously we ended up leaving, but it took a really long time. So the next date I asked her to be my girlfriend. I was just convinced that this bitch was the love of my life, and she is, or whatever.
And now there's a ring on it, so
It's real or whatever. But yeah, so things are pretty good. We've like we said, been dating almost 2 years. So, you know, I've met all the fam, she's met all the fam, everything's pretty good. We have a little dog, a rugrat. He's a
our firstborn.
I know, he's a freaking mess. And then we have 2 cats. Here he is, Leo Bio. But we have 2 cats, Black Sky and Giselle. They're both gray cats. They were
Twins.
They were Katie's mom's cats, and we took them in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Our coming out story and how we met. Nothing too crazy.
And that's
The truth to you, sister.
and you're watching Disney Channel.
Yeah. So, not sure what we're gonna do for our next video, but hope you guys liked this video. Subscribe to our channel.
Like the video, subscribe.
Comment some rainbow flags or whatever you're
Hashtag.
feeling. Go gay.
Go gay.
Bye
Or
guys.
stay straight, it's fine.
Okay,
Be
bye.
happy, be you. Bye, guys.
Bye.